quick intro for my viewers at home. I came across Alexis Schrepples, right? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's perfect.
Alexis Schrepple's videos on TikTok, all these commercials and skits for car dealerships, and I've been a huge fan ever since. And so I want to, have her on to ask her about the juicy details on how all that works. So please welcome to the channel, Alexis. How are you? Good?
I'm better than I deserve, that's for sure.
Okay, first, I have so many questions here about your TikTok stardom. Let me start with, look, I have a picture or an idea of what actors have to do, including, auditions and whatnot. But how does one become an actor for, to become like social media commercials for other companies? Does that falls under the category of commercials, right? You booked a commercial, and that is a part of it, right?
Yeah, so it's interesting with acting. I would say that social media commercials now are kind of its own separate category than television commercials, especially for, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah,
This
I
is
can
my
be.
first time using headphones, so
You're fine.
um yeah, I would say they're in two separate categories, but it's the same idea. You're trying to grab attention and create kind of a funnel for marketing. Um, for me, I didn't even have TikTok until last year. So I
I
was
noticed that.
not, yeah, I was just not on social media. And then I started doing Apple Sport commercials and started building a following that way on Instagram. And people on TikTok were commenting. I had a no face profile on TikTok. So I would go on sometimes because my dad sends me TikToks all the time. And he came across the videos on TikTok first and would send them to me. And so I would read through the comments like, oh, does she have a TikTok? Where is she? What's her name? What's going on here? So I finally made one last July. And now I'm just starting to kind of make my own videos on there too. But it is an interesting world. To me, I look at social media commercials as the exact same thing as TV commercials because that's how we what am I trying to say? I was going to
Actors?
pretend to. Yeah, that's how we receive information too, just as
Oh,
2025, in
yeah.
2025 everybody's on their phone. So it's been really cool to learn the social media world.
And you've gained quite, the fan base, from that. I mean, your TikTok followers like just shot up like from 1,000 to like 5,000 now, and it's going on crazy. So that's pretty cool. I love that for you. And I want to ask, I don't know if you're willing to share some of the details here. I correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Cheeto marketing or Maven marketing? Which one is that?
For the Apple Sport videos, we work with Maven Marketing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Maven managed, yes. But I have also worked with Cheeto. So they're just two separate, there's so many marketing companies now. It's so confusing and hard to keep up.
And how many of you ladies are out there? I mean, I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm big fan of Jessica and Sophie. Who else? And do you guys know each other? Do you guys hang out together often? Because I know you guys share some videos together sometimes.
Yeah, so Jess, Paula also works for Apple Sport with me. But she took a step back just from doing social media videos for now, just in the meantime. But she is actually Jess in California's cousin. And
Oh,
so, yeah, so we had Jess come out for some videos in Texas, which was super fun. And Jess and I just really clicked. And I was just in LA. And every time I'm out there, I'll reach out to her. And we've been trying to get together. It just hasn't like lined up until this last time I was there a couple weeks ago, and we were able to make some really cool videos. And then after that, we've just been texting pretty much every other day since since I left too. She's such a light and such a joy. I don't know how many girls there are doing the same thing that we're all doing, but she's the only one I've met in our circle, I guess, in the dealership circle. I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I noticed that other car dealerships, saw what you guys did or have been doing, and kind of like, you know what, we should probably hire some of these ladies too, or maybe contact these same digital marketing companies. So you guys got, in a way, kind of started a trend there, if you will, right? It's pretty cool.
There are so many companies doing it. I would definitely, if you want to have a really cool interview about the marketing side, I don't know too much about it, but Maven managed, I mean, they have changed the game, truly. I
Mm.
mean, they're writing scripts, they're, like helping us in the dealership world, like bring awareness to our spots and create brand loyalty, which is really fun to watch. So,
Now,
yeah.
the blue polo shirt, the black skirt. I mean, is that a uniform? I see all of you guys have the same color.
Yeah, that yep, Apple Sport employees all wear, the Apple
Camino
Sport.
Royale too. Just and
Yep,
Soap
yep. They're all
across the board.
wearing, yeah, polos. I will say the difference is Camino Real. I don't know if they're able to kind of fudge on their uniform. I should ask. That's actually a really good question that I should ask because they have their own store now where they sell Camino Real Chevy merch, which is
Oh.
crazy. But that's how big it's blown up, especially for them.
Now, what's your reaction when people tell you, "Hey, Alexis, I don't know if you realize this, but you are TikTok famous now."
I laugh. I laugh because, again, I never thought that I would be on TikTok. I was so against it when it came out for some reason. I don't know. I was so unique and different, I guess. I just, like, no, I'm not gonna have that.
A rebel.
Uh yeah, and now I'm doing dances on it and everything. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about it. I mean, I've been an actress for a long time, but social media is just so different, but that's the new media. That's the new way to socialize and put your work out there. So it's been really fun. I love everybody who's messaged me and reached out to me, and I'm a troll in the comments section, so you'll definitely see me there. If I'm
I'm
not
a I'm
posting, I'm definitely commenting.
I'm a big fan of your headband, your blue headband. Well, I think that's what you call it, right?
Thank you. Yeah, how did you have you been on social media for a long time?
Yeah, because it's just what I do as a film critic. So I gotta make my appearance on all platforms as much as I can, but
Yeah.
not to the point where I get to enjoy TikTok stardom like you. So that's pretty cool.
I see you get to go to like cool events too, like Comic-Con and different awards ceremonies. You're in LA, right?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
premieres, I interview celebrities, and so this is the first time I interviewed TikTok star, if you will. And I appreciate you for the opportunity. So I'm geeking out. I'm a huge fan, and I love your headband though. Like, why is it not making a regular appearance anymore these days?
It's I keep losing it. I just keep losing it. Literally, I also lost my shoes. I don't even know
Oh,
how. I know I lost them at the dealership. I think I took them off because my feet were hurting, and then I just forgot about them and never saw them again.
oh
So,
no.
um, yeah, I regularly lose things. I don't know. It's a problem. It's a big problem.
Well, that's a nice segue for my next question because I gotta ask you this: the most viral video you've done and the most challenging, I guess you could say, is the when you're in that car wash skit. That was crazy. Talk to me through that. Like, was it one take? Was it several takes? And I know when jeans get wet, they get really heavy, right? I mean, it's uncomfortable. I mean, how do you perform lip sync that song so perfectly in that video? I mean, talk to me through all that.
First of all, thank you so much for bringing that video up because that is my favorite one to date that I've done. It was my idea. So I went to the owner of
Wow.
the dealership. Yeah. And I was like, hey, so really want to use the car wash. And everybody, well, he was like, I don't, I don't think you want to do that. And so we went over and we tried to figure out how to do it. I don't want to give any industry secrets away,
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm not using like, I mean, it's not the car wash water. So I guess I just gave it away anyway. But it's just it's just a hose off to the side. But it looks real and it
Yeah,
looks so good. And we only did it in one take because that's all we had. We were losing daylight that day. So it was the last video of the day and people really liked it. And we're going to do it again, I think. So hopefully, we just have to wait for like the right time because, you know, these dealerships right now, it's like a busy season because school is coming back into session and, you know, people are actually looking for cars right now, which is a
mhm.
little crazy. They're not looking for cars in the middle of, you know, July or June, whenever we filmed that one.
But
But yeah, that was a really
mm,
fun one. Thank you for asking about that. I so appreciate it.
no problem. I'm a huge fan now. But the choreography is because I know there's another video also that where you dance, in front of the door thing, I forgot that one song, and then this, of course, the car wash. So did you? Because I know you're multi-talented, right? You do singing as well, you do dancing as well. Do you do your own choreographies, or is
I
that
do.
okay?
Yeah. Well, so a lot of, I mean, you know how this works. A lot of the TikTok dances are dances that were previously on TikTok that somebody,
Oh,
another creator had posted, and then I just learned them. But I'm actually a trained in musical theater. So classical dance, I did ballet, I was a ballerina. I was a part of like a dance group and everything, a company. And then I am also a trained singer, but classical uh song. So not really, but I also tried out for American. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff, but when I graduated college, I did not go into acting. I didn't pursue it. I didn't pursue anything in the arts again after high school until 2 years ago. So it's been really cool to come back to what's in my soul, you know, and be able to show my gifts that God has given me, you know, on social media. It's been really, really fun. Yeah.
I love that. I admire that. Respect actors everywhere.
Thank you.
Do people still, mistakenly assume that like you were one of the employees working in the showrooms, the car dealerships?
Not much I could say on that, but yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I have messages all the time that are like, "What's it like?" And I'm like, "I'm in marketing." You know, I did do medical sales though
Oh,
before
okay.
this, so
Yeah.
you know, sales. I totally get what everybody goes through, and it's, you know, it's tough. I have been on the floor working in the past, so I mean, I get
Yeah.
it.
No, I gotta ask you this. If it's at any point it feels uncomfortable, you can, just we can edit this part out. But I gotta ask you about the thirsty comments because I try to be respectful when complimenting you on TikTok. Otherwise, my wife would knock me on my ass. But there are thirsty comments out there. Some of them are tame. Like if you look hard enough, there's a car in this video. But some of them kind of range from thirsty to just nasty. They left my jaws wide open. When you're an attractive woman such as yourself and you build a huge fan base, many of whom are men who judge you by your looks. Does that bother you, or do you shrug them off easily? How do you deal with thirsty comments?
Uh, the thirsty comments, I just ignore. But the mean ones, I get a lot of there, you know, when I started doing these videos on social media, there were so many people who were just very rude in the comments. But what they don't know is that I love the hate.
Oh,
I like thrive on hate. And so one of my best friends texted me a couple weeks ago because he was like, "Hey, so there are a lot of weirdos in your comments." He's like, "Do you want me to say weird stuff or do you want me to be a hater?" And I was like, "Please be a hater, please." And so he's now my biggest hater. But I don't know. I think it's funny. I think conflict is funny. It also creates, you know, interest, and it creates, sometimes people fight in the comments with each other. You know, they're like fighting back and forth, like, "No, you don't understand how car dealerships work." And like they're just arguing. And I don't know. That's just, I grew up playing video games, so I enjoy the trolling. And I think it's so funny when other people are trolling in the comments.
I know. And some of them are like, who's more, beautiful, Jazz or Alexis or something like that. They're
Yeah.
all beautiful. They're all beautiful. So I like that.
Jess is the nicest human being. Like you, I keep telling everybody, I'm like, I'm her evil twin. I'm the evil
Oh,
version of Jess. Like she is a pure good, incredible soul. And I'm like, I would literally fight. Like who who's saying this stuff to you, Jess? Like I will fight them. I'll beat them up. You just give me a name. I'll find their address. I don't know. I'm from Chicago. We're just like naturally aggressive there. So, but yeah, so that's kind of where I stand with that. I'm totally cool with people trying to
well,
compare us. You know, we're different, but we're also very similar. So we get it.
well, talking about your fighting spirit. I mean, I love that you were fending off those or pushing back on some of those pervs that were making comments about the boss's daughter that you make videos with. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this girl's got some fight in her. I love it. I commend you for that. So, I mean, when it comes to things like that or comments like that, clearly they kind of rattle you and piss you off a little bit. And I noticed you didn't, post or reply any comments after that. Was that your own way of calming down, or did you get some talking to, or what can you share?
No, the owner of the dealership, Sam, he's totally fine with me replying to people in the comments and being snappy. He thinks it's funny, just like me. But I don't play when it comes to kids.
Mm.
And I know that there is a risk putting children on the internet. But this was approved, by her parents and by us and by the team. And so, um, there are kids on TikTok in general, and there are always going to be creeps. I will fight them, especially for her. She's also another one who's like an angel on earth. She's so nice and so cool. So, but yeah, I'm not afraid to just speak my mind in the comments. I
That's
don't know.
awesome.
I don't really have much to lose.
I like you even more now. I like you even more now. So that's that's awesome.
Well, so a little,
Yeah.
sorry, I feel like I'm yelling right now. I just
No
need to
worries.
take this off to make sure. A little backstory on me is I am a kid who was in the foster system.
Mm,
So there's just a piece of me that's, just you just don't mess with kids with me ever. Like not on TikTok. I've been on sets where uh, I've been in charge of. I do everything. Also, I don't just do TikTok. I do film and television. I've worked
of
as like a
course.
PA on sets and graphic designer and things like that. And yeah, that's just one thing that I will not accept on a set or in any space is yelling at children. Uh, Even if it's your own child, don't hit your kid in front of me. I will kick you out. I will make sure you're gone. And just different things. That's a big. I don't want to say trigger for me, but I just want to. It's something that's very that gets me. And
Yeah.
yeah, pervs on the internet, they need to be told, ew,
Yeah.
nobody thinks that that's cute or attract, and especially not the 15-year-old. They're
Mm.
weirded out.
I notice you also do social media ads for like restaurants or on all places, hotspots in Austin and Blip Earth, I think. Was it Blip Earth, one of them? Yeah,
Yes.
yes. So I was gonna ask, like, I mean, that is that way your way of like branching out to other stuff instead of just being, you know, pigeonholed in this car dealership thing? I mean, what else do you do? What other stuff?
Well, so it's crazy because like I said, I started working in film and television 2 years ago.
Hmm.
And when I started out, I have a very commercial look. And so I did a lot of commercials, TV commercials, social media commercials, all that. Of course, Apple Sport. And then Blip Earth reached out, and I have been working with them now for about 6 months. And they just kind of gave me creative liberty now where I can like go do cool videos around Austin. It's a free app. It's made by Austinites, and they're trying to make it a cool social, like another form of social media, but for your friends. So you can kind of see where your friends are right now and like what they're doing. And ooh, this restaurant, like the pictures on Yelp look good, but okay, this person's here right now, and they're saying that like this is the best thing to get that's on the seasonal menu or whatever, things like that. But I personally am trying to step away from social media right now because I've been working on a ton of narrative films. I've been back and forth
Nice.
to LA, yeah, which is super cool. I was, it's so interesting because my whole journey, I've been like, okay, God, universe, I need something consistent. And then, like got something consistent. And then this year in January, I was just having a conversation with myself. And I'm like, now I think I'm ready. I'm ready to move to the next step, which is movies and television shows. And I'm ready. I was like, uh, I don't know. You have to kind of tell yourself you're ready. You have to give yourself permission in order for things to start coming to you. So I said, I'm ready. And I have been just booked and busy. And it's been, it's so different from commercial work. Um, it's been very meaningful and wonderful. And Blip Earth is a good way, and Apple Sport are the two that I'm kind of just only doing right now, social media wise, just because things are happening in film and TV, and love the social media commercials, but ultimately that's what I would like to be and do, if that makes sense.
Understandable, understandable. I've interviewed so many aspiring or working actors or
Yeah.
actors, and they dream of getting that one big break where they can just get the residual SAG money or whatever it is. So it's a good aspiration to have, and
Yeah.
that is the mountaintop that everybody in your business tries to get to, and it's totally understandable. That's
Mhm.
why this past week when we tried to reschedule this, like, oh, I got booked, I'm
I'm
booked. I was
sorry.
like, I was not offended. I was like, yes, I'm happy for you. I'm cheering for you. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's all good.
fate. Like this weekend has just been like fate basically over and over again. So I worked on a project this weekend that I signed an NDA for, but it's such a cool project. Anyway, I auditioned for that role like a year and a half ago, and I couldn't. I got it, but I couldn't make the date that they were
Mm.
filming. And then they like went to networks and were like, "Okay, we want to sell you this movie, whatever." And they had hired another actress, and then I guess these networks were saying, okay, well, we need another scene. Like, we need more. Just give us more. And so now they were doing, a whole reshoot this weekend. And they reached out to me because I think the other actress wasn't available. And they were like, hey, so are you available for this? And then yesterday, same thing happened with another project. I didn't get the role yet, but I pulled out before I got it because they told me the dates and I couldn't make the dates. And I guess the other actress last night, she texted them in the middle, like, the day before she had a family emergency, and they just texted me and they're like, we need to do this teaser trailer. Like, can you please come at 3 p.m. to San Antonio? And so it's just been really cool. Yeah, I'm so sorry for rescheduling a few times.
No, it's
It's
okay.
just been,
It's okay. I'm
of
happy for you.
course, like I'm never busy. And then all of a sudden, the one day I have
That's
this
awesome.
meeting with you, which I have been so looking forward to, uh, that's when something happens.
This is the reason why I can't be an actor. I can't deal with rejections or no's about turning downs. How do you deal with that? How do you persist? How do you go through or keep trucking through?
That's a fantastic question. And I feel like a lot of actors don't really get asked that a lot, but they should be because um, rejection to me, they still saw you, they still saw you do your best work, put your best foot forward. And for me, what I love about film is if I don't get something, it could have nothing to do with me. And so I try to take that pressure off my own shoulders and keep my blinders on constantly. Where um, if I get rejected for a role that I really wanted, it could have nothing to do with me. It could have everything to do with it could be my hair color. It's usually something that you can't change. And so that's just something that I tell myself. I also tell myself, I've worked with a lot of people who I have been rejected from in the past. So I worked with a director actually on a TV show called Vindication. I auditioned for them in person, and they ended up going with another actress. Of course, there were like 50 people who auditioned for this role. But a few months later, I get a call directly from the director who's like, I remember you from this audition. I want to have you back for this. And that's happened to me so many times where I don't even look at rejection as rejection anymore. It's just, it's just a not right now. It's not necessarily
Oh,
a never. It's just a not right now. And it's still a baby step, in the right direction. And as long as you turn in that tape and they see you, you've succeeded. Like you get the audition, you've succeeded. And so that's what I tell myself. And that's how I hope everybody sees it because nothing's personal. It's not personal. You can't take it personal. And maybe I picked that up from medical sales because I got told no to my face all the time. In acting, they won't even tell you that no, they just won't respond to you. In medical sales, I've had doctors sit in front of me and they're like, your product is crap. I'll never use it. So I think maybe that helped me to kind of get over that rejection.
oh, such a positive attitude about you. That's so inspiring.
Thank you.
Now, again, I apologize, but I got another appointment. But before we go, for my fans at home, for my viewers, where can they follow you on social media? Give them all of it.
Yes. So I am on, oh my God, sorry. Instagram, Sugar, Schuger. I don't know. I came up with it in middle school. I don't want to talk about it. And then on TikTok, just Alexis Schrepple, AlexisSchrepple. And then on Blipperth, if you were to download it, it's a free app, and I'm on there as Sugar again, Schuger. And those are the only social media I have. So follow me.
Well, Alexis, again, I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And my hope is that you would gain even more fans and followers and more success in your pursuit of acting stardom. Okay?
Thank you so much for everything. I so am honored that you even reached out to me. And yeah, I look forward to keeping in touch. This is
Definitely.
great.